the right dog training mentor is hard, especially in an industry that is completely unregulated. And if you're like, I want to be a dog trainer, but I need a mentor. Do I mean a mentor? Need a mentor? Where do I look for one? How do I know? This is a big question. And a mentor really does shape a lot of your future in becoming the best dog trainer. So I created this video to answer probably some of the most frequent questions I get as a dog trainer that's been doing this for over 30 years of how to find a mentor. So yes, and I do want to say up front, this is honest information. I am not making any money from this. I am not currently taking anybody that wants to become, that was looking for a mentor. I'm not taking anybody on. I've done that in the past, doing other things. And I don't have any specific organizations. This is just the truth. And I mean, I'm really just doing this because I want to improve my industry. I want to keep dogs safe, which is past time that we do that, and teach things I wish I would have known. So anyway, let's get started. And yeah, okay. Yeah, let's go to the next one. Come on. Here's a big question I get, and you'll kind of see me looking over on this side is because I have some notes because I do want to stay on topic because I have a tendency to get a little spicy and go off on things. So, one thing that I get a lot of questions is okay, I went through a dog training school and I graduated. Do I even really need a mentor? Yes, you do. You learned the book stuff, you took the tests, you passed all the tests, and now you're taking all this knowledge and you're bringing it out into the world. And you kind of need somebody there with you to help decide or help you choose what's going to happen or what to do. And you're going to get lost and you're not going to remember the things. And dogs move around a lot. And what if this doesn't work? You need a mentor. Okay, I'm going to read this just so I stay on topic. Without, okay, mentor helps keep you on track, and it also helps you keep accountable of your goals. I think the biggest thing is that they're going to give you feedback. They're going to show you what how a mentor manages cases, how they're able to be calm under pressure. They're basically showing you what a dog trainer looks like and how to handle situations and help you problem solve because there's going to be challenges. Oh, there's going to be challenges. And also they're there if you're like you get stuck and you have a question or you're like, hey, I recommended this and this didn't work. They're helping you everything you've learned put this into practical knowledge, right? Do you learn how to ski by reading the book? No, you got to go out there. And I don't ski, but just to say, you go out there and you have to practice. And then you get frustrated and you're like, oh my gosh, I am not as good as everybody else. So you take lessons from an expert. That is your mentor. You need a mentor. Yes. All right. That answers that question, I think. How long do I need a mentor? I think that's going to depend. But I would say you need a mentor at least a minimum of 300 hours of you working with dogs so that you can earn your minimum certification with the CCPDT. I think it's the Certified Council of Professional Dog Trainers or something like that. And they probably changed it. Before you come for me, mentors out there, seasoned dog trainers. I know I have some issues too with some things. I believe in positive reinforcement. I all those things, but I will tell you until we have another independent national certification, this is all we have. And if this is you feel strongly that we shouldn't have this, then or we shouldn't recommend this organization, the CCPDT, then maybe it's time to recreate it our own. And I'm more than happy to help. But anyway, right now this is what we have. So I do recommend that all mentors have at least a minimum of a CPDT, or they are a dog trainer through the IAABC, International Association of Animal Behavior Consultants. I think that's what it is. I can't remember all of it. But anyway, you need a mentor until you can at least get your minimum certifications. Okay. Um, that's at a minimum. I suggest you have multiple mentors throughout your dog training career. And that could be maybe somebody helping you with your foundations. And then if you decide, hey, I want to go into behavior and I want to know separation anxiety, then you can have a mentor for separation anxiety. Um, Maybe you're like, hey, I need to work on this aspect. I'm not very good at public speaking. Maybe I need a mentor good at public speaking. Find a mentor, keep mentors, okay? You how long do you need a mentor? I would say forever. They'll probably change, but you need a mentor forever because we're all still learning, always still learning. What skills should a dog training mentor have? All right, here's the deal with this one. Not every dog trainer is an excellent mentor. Yes, I said it out loud. But you know what? A lot of dog trainers know they're not an excellent mentor, right? I'm okay at it, but I'm not an excellent mentor. And I know that. I know that. I do better by giving information because I can be a little, anyway, yes. Not every dog trainer is an excellent mentor. All right. I want to talk about some skills that they should have, and I want to talk about what those skills look like. And I'm getting ahead of myself, but there's some other things I want to talk about, other topics that we'll cover that will help you figure this out too, if you're looking for a mentor. All right. Here's some skills that I say they need. Again, I've talked a little bit about this before, but they need a minimum certification, a CPDT, KA, a certified professional dog trainer, their knowledge assessed. That's the minimum standard we have. And if you want to know how to become a dog trainer, I have another video on YouTube that you can take a look at. It's a little spicy, but it's the truth. Um, they need to use positive reinforcement only. I won't get into the whole debate about things, but uh, positive reinforcement, science-based training, there's research. It works. No punishment based, nothing. They need to use reward good behavior and teach new good behavior, set the dog up to succeed, which means they'll set you up to succeed too. A good dog training mentor should have excellent communication skills. They should be knowledgeable in their field and whatever that field would be. Maybe it's puppies, maybe it's group, maybe it's private lessons, maybe it's agility, maybe it's separation anxiety, maybe it's compulsive disorders, maybe it's reactivity, whatever. Okay. They should be non judgmental. They should be non judgmental to you, they should be non judgmental to guardians, and they should be non judgmental to the dogs. I know. It should just be at this point, these guys are doing the best they can in the moment they are in, and let's just show them something different. Or they should not come in and assume certain things. Okay. They should be supportive. They should be supportive as in they want to help you succeed. But you also see that they're helping the dog succeed, the guardians in class or in lessons to succeed. They're supportive. Okay. They possess excellent confidence building skills. This is, how can I explain confidence building skills? They As a teacher, your job is to break things down so that the learner is able to learn. But they should also be in a position where they can help you build your confidence with certain skills. And that's by setting you up to succeed, by saying, okay, I know you're a little worried. Let's break this down. Let's do this, and which boosts your confidence. Say you're afraid to public speak, and they kind of help you with that. So it boosts your confidence. This is what they should be doing. They should be professional. They should be empathetic. They should be knowledgeable. Okay, that goes back to knowledgeable in their field, but they should be knowledgeable about body language in dogs. They should be, you can see the other video I have on what other dog trainers should know about learning theory, about genetics in dogs, all that good stuff. Again, we talked about excellent communication skills, but they should give clear communication, not a whole bunch of da, 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 and you walk out and you're like, I don't know what just happened. Should be clear. They should listen. Dog trainers, we like to talk. You hear me right now, but we need to be able to listen. We need to be able to listen to you as a mentee. We need to be able to listen to clients. Okay. We should, and when you're listening, you're not rushed. They're not rushed. Like, let's get this done. Or someone's talking and they're just trying to rush you over because they know how to answer. No. And they shouldn't be distracted. And that is they're listening, but they're on their phone. They're on their phone. Or they're doing other things. I'm listening. No. When you are with the mentor, you should have your time with them and they're listening to you. They should provide helpful feedback, right? I mean, we all have things we have to work on, but they should be able to give it to you where it makes sense, but also be able to help you problem solve it. They should be goal driven. I'm a big one about that. What are your goals? Let's see if we can get you to those goals. And they should always be learning, always continuing to earn CEUs. So, what do these mentor skills look like? I kind of gave you an idea of what those look like in certain things, but adult trainer mentor skills look like their class and their sessions start on time. If you have a mentor and class is late and clients are already irritated, they're not valuing their clients' time, but if they're late for your appointments, they're not valuing your time too. Dog trainers should be on time. They should be prepared. And they know exactly what they did last week. They can pick back up. They're prepared. They know where you're at, what needs to go on. They're prepared for the lesson ahead of them with you, the client, the group class, or whatever it is. They should be prepared. Everything they need. They shouldn't go, oh, hold on, I forgot my dog treats. Oh, hold on, I forgot my notes. They should be prepared. They should be professionally dressed. Yes, we work with dogs. I get it. But still, we should be professional. No holes in clothes. And yes, I know I have pink hair, but still clean, clean. They should have their treats with them. They're professionally dressed. Okay. Closed toed shoes, that type of a thing. We talked about listening to clients. They're not rushed. Homework is sent in a timely manner. This is a big one. And this is where a lot of really good dog trainers kind of fall. And that could be homework sent to clients, or that could be homework sent to you for things you to work on. Okay. So it should be sent in a timely manner. They're able to navigate challenges easily, right? And this could be maybe things that you're kind of struggling a little bit with, but when you're watching them teach, they're able to say, oh, okay, I hear you. And then boom, 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 boom. And then you see that the client that you're watching or observing, they're able to go, oh, and they are actually um, hearing and you're seeing the challenge actually be solved, if that makes sense. You should see improvement, I would want to say, in behavior from the dog, the client, and even really the dog trainer, the mentor. Clearly communicate steps. That is going to be okay. Today we're going to cover this. My big thing is when I walk in, I want to listen to the client, but then I say, okay, during our lesson today, here's what I want to do. One, let's take 10, 15 minutes, see what's going on. I already got your history. I have it here. and I want to go over goals. And then the last 45 minutes of our session, we're going to go ahead and we're going to work on these behaviors. Okay. Clearly communicate steps. Hey, welcome to day 4 of group class. Today we're going to cover leave it, and we're going to touch. We're going to cover touch, and we're going to cover loose leash manners. Okay. Clearly communicate steps, that type of thing. Respectful of client and mentee's time. I talked about that in the last piece. That's a big one. They can adjust their teaching style. That's a hard one because sometimes people struggle. Like everybody learns differently and everybody sees things through their own lens, right? So sometimes you're like, hey, let's try this. And the person's like, I don't understand what you mean. Okay, then let me see what you're doing. Okay, can I make some suggestions? I want you to try this, 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 and this. Okay, they've got to be able to teach, adjust their teaching style. It should never be, my gosh, I mean, I'm trying to teach them. What part did they not get? I would have no time with somebody like that, right? Or, my gosh, they just don't do their homework. Do we have moments where clients are maybe just not, there for their dogs and present? Yes. But I'm not going to judge or beat my client up about anything, right? So I should be able to adjust my teaching style. That's a big one. And they remain calm and patient. Dogs are going to poop. Dogs are going to pee. You're going to drop your treat bags. Somebody's going to jump up and then almost your pants falls down because this big old lab jumped on you. They should be calm and patient. It's dogs. What can happen will happen. Okay. You should see that type. So that's just a little bit of what those skills look like. So a big thing I get is, where do I find a mentor? So I'm going to give you some of the organizations I recommend. I do definitely recommend the PPG, Pet Professional Guild, because they do have a standard that they must follow and attest to. And have a couple others. But before you're like, okay, I'm going to find a mentor, let me get on these websites and I'm going to choose who's close to me. That's a good thing. Go out, take a look and see. But I've got some more videos coming about mentors because it's not just who's in my area that's a good mentor. If you're going to spend the funds, let's find you somebody. And I'll talk about funds here in a minute. So definitely, check out the Pet Professional Guild. The other one is the International Association of Animal Behavior Consultants. That was what I was trying to say, the IAABC. These days are more behavior, but these folks are super, super knowledgeable. Same thing with PPG. They have an attestment that they must follow certain methodology. And Association for Professional Dog Training International has attestation that members have to sign every year or saying that they will follow methodology. Definitely, you're looking through here. Again, look for minimum standards on becoming a dog trainer. But all I want you to do is just see who's in your area. But I'll say something and I'll talk about this later. Yes, it's good to have somebody in your area, right? But it doesn't necessarily mean they have to. With the whole virtual thing, now you can find the best mentor out there instead of whoever's close. But that's something else that I'll talk about later. For now, just take a peek at these, see who's close to you, and maybe it's even worth the drive, all right, to have the right mentor. Another big question I get is, should I pay a mentor? For some reason, I don't understand this, is that because it's dogs, that there are people that feel that we as dog trainers should not be compensated for our time, and that this is just a hobby or a side hustle. No, this is how we eat. This is how we pay our bills, right? I would say 30 years ago, maybe this was a little side hustle that was just for free, but no, this is a profession now. And so, yes, you need to pay your dog trainer. You shouldn't expect anything for free, and you should pay your mentor. So, I'm going to break this down a little bit and kind of my thought process this. But yes, mentors should receive some compensation for their time because they're putting a lot of time into you. Here's some payment options that I've kind of put together, but remember, it's always the mentor's decision. Some have structured. I'm getting ahead of myself. Some mentors have structure where they're like, yes, I'll take a mentee on, but we work together for a year. This is what we cover, and as a flat fee for a duration. Okay, so for a full year, this is what you pay, this is what we'll cover, this is what we'll do. Some will do it by a certain amount of months. Maybe it's 300 hours. It just depends, and there's a flat fee and a curriculum and things like that. Okay. Sometimes mentors are like, you know what? Um, they earn revenue from classes that you're going to teach while you learn. So maybe you're teaching group classes or private lessons at the mentor's business. That could be virtual, that could be in person. Um, Sometimes you're paid a 50% commission. They make 50%, you make 50%. Some mentors will pay an hourly pay for the person that their mentee is making an hourly pay for however classes that they're teaching. But you should still, even though you're teaching at the mentor's business, you should still have time with that mentor. So I'm going to make sure that there's two separate things. Yeah, I can come and teach classes for you, but I still need time with you too. I would say at least 1 to 2 hours per week with that mentor. Okay. So that kind of gives you a different differentiation between flat fee and teaching group classes. And maybe they have you do a combination of everything, but make sure you have your time with your mentor, not just your teaching classes for them, right? And making money off of you. Not saying that it's not a good thing, but you need a mentor there. Not saying it's a bad thing. You need a mentor there that is there to help you when you have challenges and you can kind of go and talk to about it instead of just you're on your own. Maybe you can say, hey, barter. Maybe I can help you pick up a few of your duties. I can be your virtual assistant. We help with phone calls, emails, scheduling, gathering, completing, sending homework for clients, be an assistant and field client questions for your mentor. So maybe you are an office assistant and teach classes. Again, this is for you and your mentor to decide. But yes, there should be some type of payment. Okay. Um, I really, really, really resisted the urge to just give everything in a super, 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 super long video, which I have learned no, it's really hard to retain. So instead, I'm going to do little chunks, and that way people can pick what area they feel they want to work. You don't have to listen to the whole thing if you just want a little something. Okay. So the other one was the top questions I always get. But I want to definitely create videos on how to maximize your mentor experience. I mean, really, mentor, I'm so honored. Now, what do you do? And some actually finish the mentor experience are like, and I don't even know if that was worth it. So, I want to show you some ways to maximize your experience. How do I know that this person is the right mentor for me? Oof, that's a big one. How do you know? I'll show you what I recommend and my recommendations. How do I reach out to a potential mentor? You're like, okay, found one. Now what do I do? And what if I say, hey, will you be my mentor? And they say no. What do I do then? So yeah, we'll talk about how you get that first step, how you're professional about reaching out to a mentor. And then once you find someone and you reached out to them and you're like, okay, yeah, let's meet. And you're like, okay, what do I say to them? You could be my mentor? Okay, yeah, done. No, 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 no. Let's circle back a little bit again to the second bullet point is how do you know this person's the right mentor for me? Because you're going to be paying this person. And this is a person that you've already spent money to go to a school. They're going to help you put that into action. Finding the right mentor is everything. What if I pick the wrong mentor? Help. It happens. Sometimes it just happens. And so I'll talk about kind of how to navigate that too. So yeah, just keep an eye out. I'm not one of those that like and subscribe Like, I'm not that person. I mean, if you want to, you can. If you don't have to. I respect your boundaries. But I would say just kind of peep out. There should be some more coming. I had a lot going on right now. I currently creating a community for pet sitters where they can come in and learn about behavior. I'm currently creating uh, this free information for you guys, and then I'm creating a certification for dog trainers for compulsive disorders with dogs, and I'm creating a way to make one big thing that dog trainers have that is really, 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 really hard is keeping up with all the moving parts of working with the client, keeping communication, homework links, all the things that I talked about on what good skills that a mentor would have. It's a struggle. It's a lot of moving parts, especially if you have multiple clients. So I'm working on a system that can keep that nice, professional, tight, which only improves progress with dogs. So if I all that to say, if I'm late getting on another video, I'm still alive. I'm either training a dog, writing something, or yakking for something somewhere. If you have anything that I haven't covered here, just write it down, and I'll cover it. Um, Again, I do this just to help my industry. Um, we need standards, and we need really good, solid, educated dog trainers. So yeah, this is my gift to my industry that I love so much. So all right, I'll see you in the next video.